Welcome you all. In this module, we are going to discuss about the welding process. As you know, in welding module, there are 3 classes and the online introduction class. In this online class, we will give the brief introduction about the welding process. And the first class will be the demonstration class. In that, we will demonstrate on the arc welding process. From the second class, he will be in the practice for the weld bead. And in the third class, you have to practice for the weld joints. And finally, you have to write a report on welding. In that report, you have to cover your entire topics what we will discuss in this online class. So if you want to take the notes, take the notes. It will be very useful for your report writing. Many of you already know that there are 3 types of manufacturing processes. They are metal forming process, metal removing process, and a metal joining process. So the welding comes under the metal joining process. So in metal joining, there are 2 types of joining called permanent joining and temporary joining. So what is the difference between these two means? In permanent joint, if you make a joint then it is permanent. You cannot make it separate again. But in temporary joints, once the joint has been made and again if you want to make it separate again we can easily make it separate. So example for the temporary joints are bolting, riveting, fasteners. So after making the joint, again if you want to remove the plates separate we just remove the bolt and we can make it. But our welding is a permanent joint. So once you make a joint again you cannot make it separate again. So the definition of the welding is given here. So what is welding? Welding is a fabrication process that joins materials, usually metals or thermoplastics, by using high heat to melt the parts together and allowing them to. For example, let look into the first figure. So in this, the horizontal and vertical parts are different components, so different plates. So we both join by using the welding method. So here what it makes we can heat the joining area of the plate. So after applying the heat, due to the heat, the metal starts melting and it will join together. So after cooling effect, the 2 components make it as a single component. So in addition to the melting of the base metal, a filler material is typically added in the joint to provide the additional strength to the material. So let's look into the second figure. So here the left side is the welding torch, which gives the heat energy to melt the material, and the filler material is the material added extra during the welding process to improve our weld quality. So in some welding processes, pressure may be used. In some welding processes, it may not be used. And also, during melting of the material, we are facing one problem is called oxidation. So when the atmospheric oxygen is react to the molten metal, that area is called contaminated and it gets weakened. To avoid that problem, all welding processes should use a form of shielding. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of the welding? The major advantages are welding is more economical and is much faster process as compared to other processes. Say example, in other metal joining processes like riveting and bolting, we have to make some drills so that only we can put our partners and tie together. But in welding, it is not required. So it's a faster process. Welding, if properly controlled, results permanent joints having strength equal to sometimes or more than the base metal. So after welding, the weld joints will act as a single material. So whatever the strength having the base material, the same amount of strength having the weld joint also. So in welding, large number of metals and alloys can be possible because we have different types of electrode to join different kind of materials, and the welding is not very costly method compared to the other processes, and it can be a very portable. So the welding machines and the welding equipments are very portable. So you can take it to the any application and you can do the welding. So welding can be also be mechanized. So nowadays robot welding are very much familiar. So like that we can make automation of in welding. So what are the disadvantages means? So due to the heating of the workpieces, some internal residual stresses and distortion is happens in the workpieces, and also stress relieving and heat treatment is required in the welding process. So welding is a gives a very radiation and fumes and spatters like that. Very safety related harmful process are taken in the welding, and also we have to hold the workpieces in a proper manner so that only the accuracy can be maintained. And the welding is a manual process, so we have to put more skilled worker for making the good welding practice. And also during welding, due to the heat applied, there are some metallurgical changes in the base material. So if it's not properly controlled means, then it may be a defect. The welding processes are mainly classified based on the energy source, filler material and the temperature. First one is based on the temperature. So the welding is classified as fusion and plastic welding. In fusion welding, the metal is completely melted and converted into the molten liquid state. Since it's in liquid state, there is no pressure is required to join the metal. But in pressure welding, the metal is heated up to semi-solid state only, that is below the melting point. So we need to give the pressure to join the material. So this plastic welding is also called as pressure welding. The next classification is based on the energy source. In every welding process, we need heat energy. So by which method the heat is generated, the welding center are classified. If the heat is generated from chemical energy means, that is called gas welding. So in gas welding, acetylene and oxygen gas cylinders are used. By burning the fuel gas, the heat is generated and the welding is done. In arc welding, the electrical energy is used to melt the metal. We will discuss about the arc welding later in this module. In friction welding, the heat developed by the friction of two metals. So here there are two metals are there. By applying some friction, the metals are get joined. So friction welding is kind of plastic welding. That is, the temperature produced during the friction will not melt the material. It will only convert it into the semi-solid state. So we need to apply the pressure here to join the material. Similarly, other types of energy is also used. There are lots of classifications based on the energy source, like laser welding, ultrasonic welding, resistance welding, plasma welding, like that. There are lots of classifications are there. The next one is based on the filler material. So by the filler material, the weldings are classified as homogeneous, heterogeneous and autogeneous. So in autogeneous, there is no filler material. Only the base material is get melted and joined together. Similarly, in heterogeneous, the base material and the filler material are made up of different metals. So example for the heterogeneous welding is soldering. So in soldering, we are using the low melting point material like lead is used as a filler material. But in homogeneous welding, the filler and the base material are made up of same material. So we have to choose the filler material to match the base material. If you want to weld the stainless steel means you have to use the stainless steel filler material. If you want to weld the aluminum means we have to use the aluminum filler material. So compared to other two types, the heterogeneous welding having more strength because it's a homogeneous mixture of the welding. So it having the more strength. So in this model you are going to practice on the arc welding. Arc welding is a kind of fusion welding. So we have to melt the material completely and it's a homogeneous welding. So we have to use the filler material made up of the same as base material. For your welding model, you are going to practice only on the arc welding. So the working principle of the arc welding is, if you have two terminals, so one terminal is positive and another terminal is negative, and if you make a contact of the two terminal wires, what happens means a spark is produced at the end of the wire. That electric spark is called as electric arc. So whatever the temperature is produced during this spark is used to melt the material in the arc welding process. In arc welding, a welding machine is used to increase and regulate the current, and we have two cables. One cable is connected to the electrode holder, another cable is connected to the work clamp, and the work is fixed on the work clamp. The electrode holder is used to hold the electrode. So once the machine is on and the electrode and the workpiece make a contact, means what will happen, the spark is produced at the end of the electrode and it starts melting the workpieces. So due to the high current from the welding machine, that spark is enough to melt the material. So the welding happens on the workpieces. So we will see the parts of the arc welding setup one by one. The first one is welding machine. So the purpose of the welding machine is to increase and regulate the current. In general, we have three types of welding machine, naming transformer, generator and rectifier. So transformer output is AC current, but generator and rectifier output is DC current. So AC machines are generally used for the ferrous material welding, and DC machines are generally used for other types of metals. In DC machines, by interchanging the weld cable, we can get two types of polarities. So first one is, if the workpiece is connected to positive and the electrode is connected to negative, means it is called straight polarity. It is used for welding a thicker material. Similarly, if the workpiece is connected to negative and the electrode is connected to positive, means it is called reverse polarity. It is used for welding thinner materials. So based on the thickness of your material, we have to choose your welding polarity. Next, the welding cables are used to connect workpieces and the electrode with the welding machine. Then the electrode holder is used to hold your electrode. So what is meant by electrode means, the electrode is a metal used to generate the electric arc. In arc welding, we have two types of electrodes. One is consumable, another one is non-consumable. So in consumable electrode, the electrode is made up of workpiece material. So workpiece and the electrode is the same kind of material. So during welding, the electrode gets melted and act as a filler material in that welding. So in consumable electrode welding, we don't need any additional filler material. But in non-consumable electrode, the electrode is made up of high melting point material. So during welding, it will not melt the electrode, only the base material will melt. So we have to add the filler material separately in the non-consumable electrode. The major problem during the welding process is oxidation. So what happens means, during welding, the atmospheric oxygen will react to the molten material and forming metal oxide layer in the weld bead. So this weld bead is a contamination for the weld. So it will affect the quality and the strength of the weld. So we have to avoid the oxidation by forming a shield in the welding area. The shielding can be done by two methods. One is flux shielding, another one is inert gas shielding. So in flux shielding, the consumable electrode is coated with a chemical coating called flux. During welding, the flux also gets melted and forming a solid layer over the weld bed. This layer is called as slag. Now the oxidation is happened only on this layer and the weld layer is protected. The only problem in this method is the slag formation. So we have to remove the slag and clean the workpieces before proceed the next weld. Another method is inert gas shielding. Here inert gas is covering the weld area so that the oxidation is avoided. The main advantage of this method is there is no slag formation, but the cost will be more than the flux shielding. The other tools used in the welding is tongs to handle the hot workpieces, chipping hammer to remove the slag, and wire brushes to clean the weld bead and spatters. The next production equipments we are using is hand screen to protect your face, eyes from light and sparks, fumes, etc. Similarly, apron and gloves should be used as a production equipment to protect yourself from the light and sparks. There are three major arc welding types. The main difference between these types are electrode and the shielding method. First one is called shielded metal arc welding. In shielded metal arc welding, the stick type consumable electrode with the flex coating is used. The problem in shielded metal arc welding is, since we are using a stick type electrode, the electrode gets completely consumed after a weld bead. So we have to change the electrode in a specific interval. Another one, the main disadvantage is the slag is formed in this method. So we have to remove the slag after weld bead. So to overcome the problems in the shielded metal arc welding, two types are mainly used, that is called tungsten inert gas welding, that is TIG welding. So in TIG welding, non-consumable electrode with inert gas shielding is used. So it is used for making the high quality welding and thin welding, thin sheet welding and sheet metal welding. If you want to make it, means that can be done using the TIG welding process. And the tungsten is used as a electrode here. It's having the highest melting point. And the inert gases we are using here is argon gas. So next one is called MIG welding. In MIG welding, wire type consumable electrode is used. So the main problem in the stick welding is, since it's a fixed length, we cannot weld a continuous weld. But in MIG welding, a wire wounded in a bobbin and it feeds the material continuously to the welding area. So there is no discontinuation in the welding. And also it's using the inert gases to shielding. So there will not be any slag formation. So the MIG welding is mainly used for the mass production areas where we have to make a large number of weld beads, and also it is mainly used for the robotic welding and automation welding. So the inert gas used in this type of welding is CO2. So in this welding model, you are going to practice on the shielded metal arc welding. So here we are using a stick type consumable electrode with the flex coating in it. So what is the procedure for the arc welding? So this is a very brief introduction, and we will give the additional information during the demonstration class. So first is, we have to wear the protective clothing. So before going into the welding area, we should protect ourselves by using the protective equipments like gloves, apron, shoes and everything. So we have to wear the protective clothing, and after that you have to place the workpiece on the table, and you have to connect the electrode with the electrode holder. Then you have to turn on the welding machine. You have to set the current for the thickness of the workpiece and the thickness of the electrode. So in general, we will set the current for these machines, so you don't need to worry about the current setting. Next one is, we have to generate the electric arc by using a tapping and a scratching method. So we will explain it in the demonstration class. After that, we have to start in the weld bead, and we have to maintain the three important things during the welding. So first one is called arc length. So arc length is the gap between the electrode and your workpiece. So you have to maintain a constant arc length throughout your weld. You should never touch the electrode with the workpiece, and also you should not keep it long distance for the arc length. So we have to maintain a correct arc length, and you have to maintain a correct travel speed. So the speed should be uniform, and we have to move the speed so that the welding is forming correctly. We have to visualize the weld. After that only we have to reduce the speed and accordingly. Next one is, we have to maintain the angle. So the electrode should be at an angle of 15 to 20 degree from the vertical. So if you maintain these three, means the weld quality will comes correct. So after finishing your weld bead, we have to take the workpiece with the tongs, and we have to cool it in the water. After that, we have to remove the slag. So this is a flex coated electrode. So the slag is forming. So we have to remove the slag by using the chipping hammer, and we have to clean the wire brush. So in our welding model, we cannot get a correct weld bead in the first line itself. So we have to make a one line, and we have to analyze the weld. What is the quality of the weld? So based on the weld quality, we have to modify our welding procedure, and we have to do it again. Similarly, we have to do it again and again until you get a correct weld bead. If the above welding procedure is not followed correctly, then the weld bead have some defects. So the defects are mainly happens due to too high or too low current setting, too short or too long arc length, too fast or too slow travel, and unclean workpieces and other atmospheric conditions. So after making a weld bead, you have to analyze the weld for the defects. So based on the defect formed in the weld, you have to modify your welding procedure until you make the proper weld. In welding, there are 4 types of positions as shown in the figure. So the first one is flat, horizontal, vertical and overhead. Flat means like the workpiece is placed on your table and you are doing the downhand position like this. So here, due to the gravity, the welding drops are automatically coming from the electrode is falling on the workpieces. So it's very easier for the beginners to weld on the flat position. So horizontal means welding on your wall by a horizontal line. So here, due to the gravity, what will happen? The molten metal will fall on the downward direction. So here, if you not properly control the weld means, then the welding will not becomes correct. Similarly, in vertical also, welding on the wall in the vertical line. So here also the same problem will come. So the next one is called overhead. Overhead means welding on your roof. So it's very dangerous welding. So without proper knowledge and proper skill in the welding, we cannot do the overhead welding since the molten metal will falling from the downwards. So based on the position, we have to select the electrode current and the electrode angle and the electrode speed accordingly. So in this welding model, you are going to practice only on the flat position, which is very easy for the beginners. Like positions, we have 5 types of weld joints, that are butt joint, corner joint, lap joint, T-joint and edge joint. So similar in the welding position, based on the joint also you have to choose your correct electrode, correct current and electrode angle and electrode speed. So the welding procedure should be changed based on your welding position and also the welding joint. So in your welding model, you are going to make the butt joint in flat position. So it's very easy to make the welding here. Compared to other models, welding is more riskier because in welding we have to deal with the number of safety hazards. So first one is, during welding very high amount of heat is generated. So we have to protect ourselves from the heat. So what are the safety rules you should follow means, you should not touch your hot workpieces and the table even with the gloves hands, because the gloves are insulating material but for some time only. So if you are holding the hot material for the long time means, again the heat will transfer to your hand. And also we have to dealing with the high electric current, because we are going to practice on the arc welding. So we are dealing with the high electric current. So at any point of time, you should not remove your gloves. So if you remove your gloves and accidentally touch the workpieces and the electrode means, then there is a possibility of the electric shock. And also the arc produced during the welding is very brighter light. So we cannot see that arc without the filter glass. So you should not never see the electric arc by bare eyes. You should always use your hand shield filter glass to see the welding area. During welding process, high amount of smoke and fumes will also produced. So you should always cover your entire face with the hand shield. And also lots of sparks will produce during the welding. We should avoid the contact of spark in our body and the clothing. So we will provide accordingly the apron and everything. So we have to follow the safety rules. And also you should be very careful when handling the workpieces with the tongs. We should always hold the workpieces with the tongs only, and we have to make sure it is tight holding. Safety equipments are necessary in welding for safer practice. Hand shield or protection shield is used to protect your face from fumes and heat. So a filter glass is fitted on the hand screen to see the arc safely, and you should always hold the shield close to your face. And we will provide the apron in the welding class. Apron is used to protect your body and clothing from sparks forming during the welding. Gloves is used to protect our hands from heat, electric shock and sparks. We should never remove the gloves in welding area. Shoes are used to protect our legs from sparks, sharp work features and shock. So shoes are compulsory for welding. Without shoes you will not be allowed in the welding area. So that's all about the brief introduction about the welding. So if you have the doubts means please note it down. So during the demonstration class we will explain some more briefly. So after that you can ask for the doubts so that we can easily clarify through the practical method. Thank you.